Imagine two identical businesses opening on the same street. They sell the same products, they offer similar prices, and on their first day, they both attract a steady stream of customers. 5 years later, their paths have diverged. One storefront is boarded up and bankrupt. The other has expanded into a multi-million-dollar operation. It's easy to assume the successful owner just spent more on viral marketing or had a larger advertising budget to find new buyers. But the cost of constantly acquiring new customers can easily outpace the revenue they bring in. A business that fails to retain people is like this leaking funnel. It requires constant, expensive refilling just to stay level. The successful business creates a closed loop where the same customers return and circulate indefinitely. Long-term survival depends on building for the 100 people who will stay, rather than the 1,000 who only visit once. This strategy works because it aligns with human biology. Our brains are biologically incentivized to seek safety and minimize the energy spent on new tasks. Every time we evaluate a new brand or product, we experience decision-making stress. It takes actual mental energy to weigh risks, rate reviews, and decide if a new purchase is worth the money. Familiarity acts as a cognitive shortcut. Choosing a brand we already know allows the brain to bypass that stress entirely, making the transaction feel effortless. This need for mental ease is so powerful, consumers often ignore cheaper or objectively better options, just to stay within the emotional comfort of a brand they already trust. Smart businesses don't wait for this familiarity to happen by accident. They build systems that turn a single purchase into a long-term routine. They use specific tools for behavioral lock-in. Loyalty points, subscriptions, and exclusive rewards keep the customer interacting. These repeated interactions shift the relationship. A conscious choice becomes an automatic habit, cycling through a loop month after month. Once that habit is established, switching to a competitor starts to feel like a loss. The consumer feels they are abandoning their progress or wasting the rewards they've already accumulated. When a product integrates into a daily routine, it transitions from an optional purchase into a standard part of the user's lifestyle. Maintaining this psychological lock-in requires high operational standards. Loyalty isn't sustained by points alone. It requires the business to consistently deliver on its promises. This means prioritizing rapid support, offering frictionless refunds, and ensuring every interaction makes the customer feel valued rather than processed. Most customers will eventually forget the exact price they paid, but they retain the memory of how the business treated them during a problem. That memory is the foundation of trust. However, a single bad experience, a rude agent, or a denied refund can destroy years of accumulated goodwill in an instant. A business that masters the emotional experience creates a moat. It protects them from competitors who can only try to compete on price. Over a decade, the mathematical advantage of sustained trust begins to compound. A loyal customer does more than just provide predictable revenue. They eventually become a referral engine, bringing in new buyers through word of mouth. This network of loyalists often recruits more effectively than a standard ad campaign, lowering the overall cost of acquiring new customers and making the business less dependent on expensive media buys. This creates a structural foundation that is far more stable than the fleeting attention of a viral moment. The companies that endure for generations are rarely those with the lowest prices or the most aggressive marketing. They are the ones that have become a reliable constant in their customers' lives. Attention might secure a single transaction, but long-term stability is built by earning a permanent place in a customer's routine.